All right, so now what I've done is I've put the CD player down there, which is plugged into my equalizer there. Equalizer has two tape loops in it, so the CD player is actually the source on the inputs of the equalizer. We're gonna dumb it down just a bit because it's a lot hotter than the turntable, so I'm not sure what the line levels are like on this preamp, so we'll just go play with caution here. So one of the things I noted when I turned off on my last session, I actually turned the amp off. Let's see if it does this. So I'm going to turn the amp off here, and you'll actually see a big clunk. Oh, no, didn't do it. That's good. Oh, there was a bit of one there. But I had the volume up, and when I turned it off, it just clunked. So I don't know if doing the power supply is going to rectify that. But anyway, let's turn it back on. And what I'll do is turn the volume down. We'll hit the play. I don't know what we got here. I'll just push play. And this is the CD player. Got my levels here. Just keep them level there. So here's the CD player playing. So showing that the line inputs are working good. Yeah, and it sounds just as good. You know, the singer center line, the music is well balanced between channels. And again, once you when you turn the volume up, it goes up really quickly. So it's got a really steep ladder on this volume control. So I don't know if we have to use some resistors or something like that to dumb that down. Balance working good. I had to put the low filters on with the turntable because of turntables have a lot of low frequency noise that it picks up on the cartridge. So I basically wanted to have the low filter on for that. CDs don't usually have that problem, so crank up the bass. Yeah, you really see but you should never turn bass up that high anyway. Just for flavor is all you want to do it for. And this switch, of course, does nothing because I'm just going straight through to the amp and I'm not feeding it back in so it can share speakers or whatever. That's an easy one to sort out at the end of the day. So, yeah. You can hear still noisy controls. You know, sometimes they just need exercising. I don't know if Buddy, when he took it in, whether he actually treated it with Deoxit on all the controls, or volume seems to be good. I'm not hearing any crackling in the volume at all. So I'm not sure whether we're going to need to tackle that one. We'll try it the way it is for now, and we could use that Alps if it does start to get noisy. I can't get up high enough to check the whole pot through its whole range because it goes too loud too quickly. So I don't know if the update kits are gonna rectify that, because you're getting all new line inputs, you're getting all new phono inputs, you're also getting a new power supply, so I'm certain that a lot of that's going to be factored in. So we'll try that and then see how it sounds after the build. So let's just try powering it off under load. Here goes. Yeah, you see a lot of movement there. It didn't pop as loudly as it did when I had the turntable on. So a good habit to get into is turn the volume all the way down, turn it off, and then you're not going to get as much movement, I don't think. There you have it. We're going to strip her down and start working on it.